Hello, traders. Just want to have a look at the US dollar won, the Chinese won. So basically, if you have a look at what's going on here within the Bull Williams, we've trended down, we've gone sideways, we've had a little break to the downside. But this break is actually lining up with um, some support on the other side here. Let me just put the data on. Okay, so we have quite a strong support area sitting here. If you look at that. So there's quite a bit happening in this area. That was the previous breakout where this trend line is now. You see it broke through, in a bit. So we broke through, came back, tested, broke through, came down, and trying to get through. Then we rocketed through for a move to the upside. So we've come back to test this area over here. But there's a couple of things which are pretty interesting to me. So the first one is that we have price moving to the downside and kind of a channel of sorts. And at the same time, we have diversions happening to the upside. And this is on the daily. Okay. So I'm going to delete that segment, get in the way, and delete this one. Then the other thing that I see here is we have a range bar over here. This bar here is a range bar, and we've broken that range bar as well. So I just put my trusty range tool in. You'll see prices come back to the 50% mark of this range bar. We have broken to the upside, we've closed on the daily outside, and we've come back to this area here. So if I drill down now to the 4-hour and just reduce the content here, so we speed it up, you'll see that we've actually closed above the alligator, the top moving average of the alligator here. So we tested it there, we tested it there. This could be another test. It's another range bar that's formed. So essentially, if we do break below this tail here, we'll come back to the bottom and probably retest this 50% or this tail here, somewhere around here. But what I'm seeing is we've also broken above an awesome oscillator here. We're above the zero. You see this is the third bar above the zero, which is a pretty bullish signal at the moment. So maybe a little bit more of a retracement. So maybe a retracement to, let's have a look where we would go to 6 to 50 area, 6 to 60 area, somewhere around here. A bit of a retracement before we create a higher low, and then we can carry on moving up. Just delete that. So lastly, let's just pull down to the 1 hour on this one. You can see the 1 hour 200 EMA is playing a role in holding up price at the moment. But yeah, I reckon we've got a very good chance at this daily range, which has been broken. We're testing the 50%. I reckon we've got a pretty good chance of us pulling back to the 50% of this move here. Okay, so somewhere around, yeah, somewhere, let's just draw a block in so you know what I'm talking about. So somewhere pulling back into this area before finding some support. And there is a breakout here on the hour. Finding some support here, I'd be inclined to actually take a stab at a long here. Let's just bring in the Ichimoku, and on the hour you can see we've broken through the cloud here. We've had a bullish crossover on the hour here, so there's definitely some scope here for a long to be built. Somewhere bottom of the cloud here, around the close of last week, which is this light blue line here. But there's definitely some scope here for a long. And basically what I'd be looking for is a long somewhere in this area as soon as we see some bullish action. And I think look for the bullish action on the hour. And you can have a stop. You can have a very tight stop if you wanted to, just below the cloud here, or below here, or if you're more adventurous, down this area here. But I think I would actually just put a stop below the 50% here, so say somewhere around there. So that would give me a, what's that, 134 point stop loss, and my first target would be somewhere in this area here, which is a 38.2. I'd pay attention to what's happening there, but to be honest with you, I think if we do form a base anywhere here, we're going to be targeting this area here. So we'll target the previous week's high. There is something happening in this area here, and it's also the 100% of the range height. Just go back to 4 hour. You'll see quite a bit happening here. So 100% of the range height, which is also coincides with this cloud. It coincides with the 200 EMA. It coincides with some breakout tests here and underneath this bar here. So I just put lines in there, there, and there. You'll see there's quite a bit happening in this area. So yeah, so I think pretty interesting long green here with a nice close stop loss that you can put in below this pin bar. I hope it helps. See you later.